Greetings from the largest cruise ship to ever home port in Los Angeles, Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas. Please join us as we take you on a tour of this massive ship. Top to bottom, we will go through all the fun spots to see. Enjoy this video and follow along with us. Starting on deck 3, we have 2 of the 4 main dining rooms. They all have the same menu, but they have a different decor inside. It leads right over to the casino. This portion of the casino is all smoke-free, which I appreciated. It wasn't a large section, but it was a section nonetheless. The larger part of the casino had all of the tables and tons of machines. I really appreciated that the machines were far apart, so you could have a little bit of space while you were playing. You weren't right back to someone and you could maneuver around. The Navigator of the Seas I felt was very tight and cramped. This also had some really great airflow in here. The music hall was such a fun venue. They have events here. This was where the 80s party was. They had contests and dance parties, and it ran kind of right next to the casino. As you can see, there's some slots that you could play right there, right up against the lower bar here. There's a stage and a dance floor, and they had bands and so much fun stuff in here. It had a really great vibe, and it was one of my favorite places to just hang out, whether there was music happening in here or not. Some comfy chairs to just sit and relax and maybe crochet a little bit, have a drink. It was much larger than I had anticipated. And there's an upstairs portion too where we'll go to, but it was very large, open. It didn't feel claustrophobic. It was a big space right next to the Royal Theater where you could go see your big shows. Lots of shopping on board. You could get toys, logo items for kids, your makeup, perfume, watches. It's a lot of stores on board. On the left is the other entrance to the music hall. Someone tell me how I can get this chair into my house. That's the kind of chair you want to sit in and watch TV. Makes for a great entrance to a venue. The sparkly lights. And the upper level was all these tall tables where you could sit and enjoy the show going on or just have a drink or a snack. Spiral staircase leading down to the downstairs where we were before. You can just see how open it is. This is the other bar that was upstairs. Lots of places to sit and hang out, and also several pool tables. In addition to some seats by the windows so you could check out the view. We did find later in the evenings that this place kind of got taken over by teenagers wanting to play pool. So it got a little loud and rowdy for us, but they were having fun. I think that's a little glimpse of the Suite Lounge back there where we also did not get to go. More shopping, Prince and Green, which is their logo shop. If you want anything with the Royal Caribbean logo on it. Swarovski bling, lots of sparkly things. This is the Amber and Oak Pub, which is like an English pub. They had trivia in here, live music, singers. This was also a fun vibe. People having a lot of fun listening to the music. They also did karaoke in here. They have a little bit of outdoor seating, and they also serve food for an additional small upcharge. But you could go right next door to Sorrento's and grab some free pizza if you wanted that instead. Amber and Oak had like burgers and fries and nachos. Sorrento's also has plenty of seating here, as you can see. This is the pizza location. They're making the pizzas all day long, and they'll serve them up fresh. We even came out here at 1 o'clock, and there was a line for pizza. Some freestyle Coke machines. If you have the beverage package, you can get a cup and get some soda if that's what you'd like. Tons of seating in here, including over by the window, so you could have a little view. Right next to the Cafe Promenade, which is open 24 hours. They also have little snacks in here, usually a sweet treat and a sandwich, a few different sandwich options and some fruit, cookies, coffee, lemonade, water. Out here at the little kiosks, you could check out a towel to take to port with you. So it was right here, convenient where we were getting off the ship. So you didn't have to go look for them. Across was the Patisserie, which is a coffee bar that sells additional sweet treats, eclairs, and things like that for an additional charge. Boleros is a Latin-themed club. They had lots of music, lots of dancing. One night it seemed to be rented out for a private party. They were playing games and had music, and it looked like they were having a lot of fun in here. I missed my invitation. Got lost in the mail. But this is where they would have your Latin-inspired drinks, mojitos and margaritas. Comfy seats all around. Just a nice place to come and hang out. Live band music. Guest services if you have any issues. They have a nice queue to keep everything nice and neat and in line. And it moved pretty quickly when we were in their line. We were helped pretty quickly. The other two restaurants, Silk and American Icon Grille, they closed the doors so you can't see inside. Again, it's the same menu in all of them, just different decor. They call it the Royal Esplanade instead of the Royal Promenade. But there's art everywhere. These screens would change and be something different every time you walked by. Stairs that lead down into the casino, or stairs that lead up to the second level of the Esplanade. More stores, Kate Spade collection, shore excursion desk. Lots of options. This is some of that art. This was constantly in motion and making different formations, but it was very silent. So you just had to watch it and you could get mesmerized by it. It was very cool. Almost as cool as the Bionic bar. You want a robot to make your drink? This is the place to go. There's little tablets on the tables and you just tap your card and confirm your birth year and you can make up a drink of whatever you want. Or there's quite an extensive list of pre-designated drinks that they have. And there's someone there to help you to make decisions if you need to. Make sure the machines are running right. It is Mix and Mingle are the names of the little robot arms. And I must say they make a pretty good drink. Lots of seating. Every time we went, it wasn't super crowded, but I can see how it would get very crowded on like a sea day at night. This is one of the upcharge restaurants. This is called Izumi. It is included in the dining package if you have that. They are open for dinner, and then on some days they're also open for lunch. I highly recommend trying to get a table because the food was some of the best we had on board. It was delicious. Right next door to Schooner Bar, which they have on every royal ship. It's a nautical themed bar where they have music and a lot of the trivia games that they have. Coloring, all kinds of different activities that go on in here. Piano player, guitarist. It's just a fun place to hang out. Very themed. The tables are made for gaming if that's what you want to do. Or if you just want to sit and hang out and people watch. These chairs were very comfortable. Those benches, they were about as comfortable as they look, but still a fun place to hang out. That's an entrance to a bar. Prow of a ship. Right next door was Chop's Grill, which is the Royal Caribbean Steakhouse. There is an upcharge for that as well. Photo gallery, where you can get all the photos that they have taken of you on board. There's photographers everywhere. There's lots of different photo opportunities and backgrounds. And you can also get accessories for your camera and picture frames and all kinds of gifts that you can get in there for friends and family. The Royal Theatre is the main theater where all the big shows are. Another view of the walkway, some more stores there, jewelry stores, logo shops. Izumi is not a very big restaurant, so if you'd like to eat there, I definitely recommend getting a reservation early. But if you can't get a reservation, I would go and try to talk to them and see if maybe there was a cancellation or something, so you can get in and try the delicious Japanese food. It's not all sushi. I didn't get sushi, so I had a delicious teriyaki bowl. Wonderland is a Wonderland experience. If you like Alice in Wonderland, or you like whimsical, or you like trying food that doesn't look like what it says it is, then I highly recommend this. There is an additional fee for this. It is included in the dining package. But from the second you walk in and look at these amazing different chairs and the silver and the artwork and the Alice in Wonderland little touches, you know it's going to be fun. We'll do another video on the food and the experience. The experience was definitely a 10 out of 10. Just everywhere you look, every little nook and cranny has little touches. The Mad Hatter, mismatchy chairs, and this cool sculpture that had these keys hanging from it. You think cruise ships are small? Nope. This is the elevator banks. All the way up. They call this the Via, which is just a little walkway to where Jamie's Italian is. Over here on the right, it is an additional upcharge restaurant. It is included in the dining package. We did eat there. It is not my favorite restaurant. I don't know that I would go again, but I am glad we went. It was definitely an experience. I think it would be well suited for large parties. You can get plates to share and sample a little bit of each in the Italian style. There's also a small section of cookbooks from Jamie Oliver if you wanted to take one of those home with you or for a gift. Great window seating. The service was great. It was just not my most favorite food on board. Right next door is Vintages, which is the wine bar. In the afternoons, you can actually get appetizers from Jamie's. Over here, they had the arancini, which was excellent, but you could eat it over here if you didn't want to spend for the whole meal at Jamie's. Another jewelry store, the Park West Gallery, where you can just look at all the fun artwork, or if you see something that strikes your fancy, you can take it home with you. They also have sculptures and figurines. It's not just art. It's not just canvas art. You ready to book your next cruise? They're ready for you. There's people here that would help you pick out your next cruise. You just need to pay a small deposit and you can have your next experience already and booked. The Cafe 270 is just a spot for little quick bites. You can grab a little plate and you can go into the 270 lounge, which is one of my favorite places on board. It has stunning floor-to-ceiling windows looking out the aft of the ship. It gives you a 270-degree views. There's comfy seating all over the place. There's an upstairs. There's also a small library up there. And so many different shows in here. Orchestra shows, cabaret shows, question and answers with the captain and the crew. It was very technological. There's curtains. It was very fun. Right outside is this little seating area. One of the few seating areas outside on this deck, which is deck 5. This is the other side. Again, just a few little chairs down the walkway, but you can get some peace and quiet out here. There's no pools or anything loud. Just amazing views. Cabo San Lucas. The angle is such that you can't quite see the arch, but it's right there, I promise. In the elevator, there's always a little tile to tell you what day of the week it is. If you don't know which floor you're supposed to go to, there is a list at the top to help you, which I think is very convenient. Go all the way up to the Windjammer, which is the buffet. It's closed right now, but we did have a couple meals there, and they had delicious food and such a large selection. It was a very impressive buffet, including where they would make your meals right there. They had like a little stir-fry section, and in the morning the omelet section and waffles. And you can bring it out here, and you can enjoy it on a lounge chair out by the main pool. There's a little kids zone for them to play, splash zone. You can see the North Star there. We'll talk more about that later. This is the pool. Again, lots of lounging. This is all in the sun. There's not a lot of shade here, but there are on the sides you can be in the shade if you'd like. Pool with a nice shelf around it so you could just get your feet wet if you wanted to. A couple bars. And a screen where they show movies, and there's a whole schedule of different movies and things that you can watch out here. This is a fun little lazy river for the littlest ones. Very small, next to fish and chips. Clever play on the name. They serve fish and chips. You could get fish, shrimp, chicken, fries. For an upcharge, you could also get a deep fried lobster tail, which I did try. It was not my favorite. I wouldn't get it again, but it's a fun little place to sit, get a nice basket of fries, cool drink, and go have a seat and watch the ocean, and that's not a bad way to spend a day. This is all shaded seating on the inside of the Solarium pool. I don't know if the roof is retractable. It was closed at least the whole time we were there. It can get a kind of stuffy in here and humid because of the pool, but it was still fun. This is for all ages. The kids can go in here too. There's a couple of hot tubs. There's a bar, plenty of seating, and since it's inside, it's quite shady. I don't like the sun, so I'm always looking for shade. This ship is designed to be in cold temperatures, so there's a lot of indoor spaces that still offer views, but that also works on hot days too, because you can be inside and looking outside and not have to have the boiling heat. So it works both ways. Sea Trek, where you can purchase snorkel equipment, goggles, fins. If you forgot them at home, they have lanyards in there. Go there pre-shore excursions. This is the upper level of the Solarium pool. You can see the hot tubs there. They have this really unique little Baja shelf type of pool, which I think is very cool. You can just splash your feet, sit down, not have to get all wet in a big pool. Cabo San Lucas is definitely a beautiful view. Every angle. All the boats go into the little town right there. There's a big harbor. Lots of shopping and shops and stores and restaurants. This is the arm for the North Star experience, which will take you 300 feet up in the air. And you can look at the views from 360 degrees. It was pretty cool. I was a little hesitant, but I did it, and it was a lot of fun. I did the free version. There is also a pay version where it goes out over the side of the ship. But just going straight up and down was plenty for me. The sky is so amazing. It's a beautiful sunrise. They have a running track that goes around, and it has one side for running and one side for walking. So if that's part of your morning routine, you could definitely continue to do that while you're on vacation. This is part of the sports square area where there's so many different activities. Shuffleboard, there's a FlowRider, and that is prettier than any picture. This is the very back of the ship. There's no seating back here, but it's plenty of space to walk, and you can look and take pictures, and the FlowRider's right behind you. And the iFly by Ripcord, which is like a simulated skydiving experience, but in a controlled situation. FlowRider was not yet up and running, so this is what it looks like dry. Not as exciting, but they did have a divider in it on one time we went and saw it, so two people could be riding at the same time. Helped the lines move faster. Definitely an experience. And you can't beat those views. This is the tube where you do the iFly. There's an instructor in there with you, and they will help you learn how to control your body so that you can feel like you're flying. Downstairs is where you sign up for that, and they give you the safety instruction and all the safety equipment gear that you're wearing, special outfits and everything. There's also a rock climbing wall with different sections for different skill levels. There was always people on it trying to get to the top, including the little panda. He just wanted to get to his mama. Some of the examples of the cool artwork around. This was giant. This is the SeaPlex. This is a very unique space that I have not seen on any other ship. This space turned into basketball, dodgeball, a roller skating rink, pickleball, bumper cars. Very, very multi-purpose. If you want to go on the bumper cars, check your schedule and see what time, and make sure to wear closed-toed shoes. Otherwise, they will not let you on. But there were a lot of families out there having a lot of fun. And after that, you get hungry, you go to the SeaPlex Doghouse. Chili cheese dog, whatever toppings you like. There are 2 floors. The upper floor has different kinds of table games like ping pong, tables or chairs back there where you can just sit and watch, and they're inside, so you don't have to worry about wind blowing your ping pong ball all over the place. Very clever. There's even an entire Xbox room where they have Xbox games and seating so you can play your favorite games. You maybe have to ask for the controllers because I didn't see any. I hope that's the case and someone didn't take them. Or take that whole console it's missing. Play some air hockey. Again, it's for cold weather or hot weather if you just want to be inside and not go outside. There's so much activities to do inside. Foosball, play with your kids, just fun, family-friendly games that you can all do together away from any elements. And there's more of that whimsical touch. It's not real. Skateboard bench. There's even an arcade. This is only half of the arcade. It was blocked off for some reason. But there's different kinds of skill games or just fun arcade games and claw machines that the kids could play. They just have to tap their Sail Pass card. More of the outdoor pool slide area for the kids. You can see that big screen TV right over the pool. All these chairs are just waiting for people to come fill them. Hot tub there. All the tenders lined up to take people over to shore. See all the big Cabo resorts. More of the North Star experience. It was also very quiet. You couldn't tell you were moving unless you were looking. Up there is where the exercise bikes are, or if you're more of being outside, there is the walking track, which has an incline, which I've never seen on a ship before. So it makes it a little more interesting to walk than just a flat surface. And of course, if you're going to walk, these are the views to have. The Solarium little Baja shelf pool. The other pool. There's these screens all over the place. They're called wayfinders, and you can see a map of the ship, and it has other vital information for the day, weather and such. This is an adults only area, the adults only front solarium. The bistro serves dinner at night, and for breakfast and lunch they have a little open cafe, grab and go snacks, salad bar in there, and you can get some food, and you can come out here and just enjoy this gorgeous, gorgeous space. There is a bar here, there's pools, there's lounge chairs, there's tables and chairs, there's comfy, cushiony seats, floor to ceiling, amazing windows and views all around. And again, it's adults only, so you can enjoy the pool without kids splashing. They cascade down, all the way down to the bottom. The variety of pools that you could be in and just different seating areas. There's something for everyone in here. It was a little bit humid, and I found it to be a little loud because it was enclosed, but nothing too terrible. There's even hot tubs. Even just a little couple inches of water that you can just sit in and enjoy yourself. Like I said, something for everybody. You don't even have to be in water. You could just sit in front of the windows and look out the window, and gosh, that's a way to spend a day. Off the sides there are these little wings that are directly over the bridge. You can go out and get some fresh air, get some amazing views. It was very quiet up there because it was quite small, so only a few people fit out there. So it's a nice little quiet spot if you need to get away. Again, more art, sculptures everywhere. But this area was quite big. It's the entire front of the ship. It is the largest ship to dock in Los Angeles, and I highly recommend, if you're in town, schedule a trip on it. The Ovation of the Seas out of San Pedro, Port of Los Angeles. It was a lot of fun, and it was an amazing ship. Let us know any questions or comments below. See you soon.
Hi, we're the Lidohoppers.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Christina. Remember, your vacation is what you make it.
Make it a great one.